Welcome back to the Bottom of the Net podcast. We back at you with episode 5. We got Cal in building and Kyrie. We get into it today. Today should be an interesting day for this podcast for sure. It's gonna be crazy. Today we coming at you with topics such as best championships runs ever, 5 teams that should have won the chip but they didn't, and a new segment called Change My Mind. It should be an interesting podcast for sure.
Shout out to Nice Out, cop up the merch, nice trucker hats, wavy, looks fire on you feel me? But yeah, shout out to Nice Out. They've been super dope sponsor with the gear and whatnot. Appreciate you guys over there.
Yes sir. Love to see it. And any viewers, if you want to contact us about promoting your brand on our podcast, just email us or reach out to us through Instagram. All right, we are going to start off with the greatest championship runs, and we're going to do a top 5 for that. Kyrie, would you like to start us off?
I'll pop it off. All right, so my first one, I got the 2010-2011 Dallas Mavs.
Okay.
I'm gonna name them, then I'm gonna break it down. All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead,
so then
bro.
I got 2015-2016 Cleveland Cavs. 1997-1998 Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
93-94 Houston Rockets. And then I got 80-81 Los Angeles Lakers.
All right.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
But the Davs, pop it off with the Dallas Mavericks, feel me? You gotta look at that playoff tree. You gotta look at the teams that they played to get to the chip.
Well, you had them at 1?
They swept the Lakers. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had them at number 1. They
Okay.
swept the Lakers. But they swept the Lakers. I think that was like the second round. Third round, they ended up sweeping the Lakers.
Yeah, it was the second. It was the second round.
Yep.
Because they went to WCF and they played the Thunder.
The Thunder, yep. And then it was them in Miami. So we
Yeah,
not gonna act like Bean wasn't on that team either.
Yeah, he had power too. So
I feel like there's no excuse for that.
Ain't no
And then-
excuse,
Okay.
bro.
And then 2015, and then the Cavs. You know that Warriors team that they played that set the NBA record for most wins in the season. Like, they was taxing everybody throughout the whole season, bro. Throughout the whole season. I think the first team to beat them that year was the Bucks too, which is crazy. I think the Bucks were the first team to beat them though. And
did they have Giannis?
I think they did.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
He wasn't full. He
they
wasn't
did.
like maxed out potentially honest. Like he was still killing,
He didn't have all his badges.
He was still like that though.
Yeah.
Then I had the Chicago Bulls, right? Because the year before that, they ended up playing the Jazz in the finals. And then the year after that, they ended up running them back in the finals again.
What
They
year?
won 97-98.
Okay.
And then Michael Jordan won MVP that year too. But then surprisingly though, the one that doesn't get enough credit, I think, is the Houston Rockets one though. Because that man Hakeem, he put them on his back. Put them on his back.
Good.
MVP. He won Defensive Player of the Year that year too.
He's the only player in NBA history to win every award.
Do that, right?
He won every award in that year.
That's crazy.
The only
That's
person
wild.
that's close was Giannis.
That's wild,
I
bro.
think Bron was probably close too, but yeah.
But was Jordan out the league in that little run he
It
had?
was those year two because the Houston Rockets went back to back, but it was still
Okay.
tough comp.
Yeah, that's tough comp.
And then I had the 80-81 Lakers. That was Magic rookie year. Won a chip his rookie year, you feel me? NBA Finals MVP. So it's like, as a rookie though, you can't
crazy.
Yeah, you can't do much about that. Like, and then look where his career went for them, like sky high. So you feel me? Arguably the number 1, number 2 point guard of all time. So
He number 1. he won.
for now,
Yeah, for now. We know who's coming for that.
Yeah, we know who's coming for that.
We know who's coming for that.
Cal, what's your 5?
My 5. At 5, I have Golden State, the 2017 Golden State Warriors. Then at 4, I have the 2001 LA Lakers. At 3, I have the 2014 San Antonio Spurs. And then at 2, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers, the year they beat that 73-9 team. And at 1, I have 2011 Dallas Mavs. So like Kyrie was saying, that Mavs run is like one of the greatest underdog seasons of all time. They got past Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge in 6. They swept Kobe. They played KD, Westbrook, Serge, and then they got to Wade, Bosh, and Braun and just took them to 6, and it was out of there. So I feel like, hands down, that has to be number 1 for us. With that Cleveland Cavs team, they faced a good Detroit team, decent Detroit team. They had the Hawks with Paul Millsap, Kyle Korver. That team was tough. Then they went to Toronto. They tore Kyle Lowry and DeMar up. LeBron did, at least, and Kyrie. Yeah. And then they got to the Warriors with Curry, Clay, and Draymond. To beat a 73-9 team and to come back to 3-1 deficit is type crazy. Yeah. And be the only team to do it in the NBA history. That's phenomenal, bro. So you gotta, tip your hat to them.
Yeah, round of applause.
Yeah. And then the third team, San Antonio, they faced Dallas, they faced Portland, they faced OKC in the Western Conference, and they faced Miami. They had to go 7 with Dirk. They faced Durant, Westbrook in the WCF, and the icing on the cake was ending the Heat's dynasty in 5 games. So that was cool to see. And the 0-1 Lakers, they had to face Portland with Scottie, which is tough. They had to face Sacramento. They faced the Spurs with Tim Duncan and David Robertson, and they beat AI and company. Mm-hmm. So that was crazy. And then the Golden State Warriors team in 2017, they had to go through Portland, Utah, Spurs, the Cleveland Cavs with Bron and Kyrie and K-Love all healthy. So that was my list.
I'm very cool with that list.
That's valid.
For me, at 5, I have the 0-1 Lakers. 2001 Lakers. At 4, I have the 2005 Spurs. At 3, I have the 1995 Houston Rockets. At 2, I got the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers. And at number 1, I got the 2011 Mavericks. As we all know, that Mavericks run is probably, in my opinion, the greatest in history. You played insane competition just to get to the ring. It was crazy. I don't think too many teams could do that, in my opinion.
Yeah, facts.
2016 Cavs, 3-1 comeback, only 3-1 comeback NBA history. You probably played one of the greatest teams of all time. Team was 73-9. It was crazy, and they had a little tough run, even though LeBron dominates the East regardless. But the 3-1 comeback is just insane. 95 Houston Rockets. My boy. They played some comp, man. They played some comp.
Yeah, they did play some comp.
It was tough. Then you had to go against Penny and Shaq. It's crazy. You had to go up against a 60-22 Jazz, a 59-23 Suns, then a 62-20 Spurs, then to go play Penny and Shaq. Shout out Hakeem and all them dudes. And for 2020, the 05 Spurs, they had a really tough run. I don't know if y'all know about that one, but
nah.
2005, they had to play a 49-33 Nuggets. They had to play that, that was mellow on them. They had to play a 52-30 Supersonics. Then they had to play a 62-20 Suns. And then you had to go play the Pistons with their full team. Chauncey Billups, Rip, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, all of them dudes. And their opponent's winning percentage was 66% against them. So it was crazy. And then 5, just the Lakers, you went 15-1 in the playoffs. That one's my 5, just the pure dominance. One loss. And let's be honest, that Lakers team wasn't the best.
No, not at all. The bench was trash, low key.
The bench was horrible. It was Derek Fisher, Cole, Rick Fox, and Shaq.
They had Ty Lue?
Yeah, they had Ty Lue. I'm sure.
Okay.
But it's just you only lost one game in the playoffs. That's insane to me. But I think that 05 Spurs team don't get enough credit. It's all right. That Pistons team was stacked, bro.
That's a fact.
Did you have like an honorable mention that you wanted to put on there, like you were iffy about?
Iffy about kind of the Bulls in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like
I was saying the same thing.
You played tough comp, but y'all really made it look easy.
Yeah.
I would say like I'll say 97 specifically, probably that 64 and 18 Jazz. It's tough, but it's just like y'all made it look so easy, you know.
Yeah, they made it look way too easy.
And my honor, if the Celtics would have won this year, they would have been on my list. They had a really tough run. You bust Kyrie and KD's ass. Then you go play a tough Milwaukee where Giannis isn't giving up at all. Then you go play a dog of a team in Miami, and then you go play Golden State. If they pulled it off, I'm sorry, they would have been on this list. They would have been on this list.
I respect it.
The level of competition they had to go through just to get to the chip was crazy, but they didn't finish it.
They played Brooklyn first round, right?
Or no, Brooklyn first round. Swept them.
They swept them, dude.
Kicked their ass
easily. Well, it was a tough series though because they were back and forth. But it was a tough series. Yeah, I'm not mad at y'all list.
Nah, not at all.
I left off Houston, but I was like, I feel like those teams I had were a little bit better than Houston. But like you said, he won DPOY and MVP.
And Finals MVP.
And Finals, yeah, he won everything.
And they had a tough run, bro. Like, those teams was tough in the 90s. It was tough.
Damn, Kenny Smith was on that team too, wasn't he?
I think so. Kenny Jet. I think they had Robert Horry was on that team, and Clyde the Clyde was up in there too. Because Clyde it wasn't making it in Portland, so Clyde had to go fix something up.
Yeah.
All right, let's take this transition into what's the top 5 teams to never win a ring, and I feel like this one's going to be pretty interesting. We might all have the same answers, but we might not. Kai, start us off with your top 5 and what's your reasons after.
Right. So I got the 2009-2010 Boston Celtics, 2000-2001 Philadelphia 76ers, 2011-2012 OKC, 2015-2016 Golden State Warriors, and I'm biased. So 2018-2019 Golden State.
Oh, no, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bro. No shot. I need to hear the reasoning, bro.
Look though, right? That Boston team was stacked though. If you looked at the players they had on the bench, they had a nice little bench too. Had Nate Robb, Ray Allen, Tony Allen, Paul Pierce, KG. They even have Rashad Wallace. Older side, but still. He was strapped. But they just could not get it done. Like, they lost. It was 7-game series. But, like...
It was a tough little series.
It was, though. But...
I'm sorry.
We got the 2000... What?
We need to stop glorifying that one Celtics ring.
Yeah, bro.
The people glorify it too much, bro.
It's like the Dallas Cowboys. They hold on to the titles for so long.
Bro, they suck.
No, that's different. Dallas is different.
But it's in the 90s, bro. Let it go. Let that shit go. You don't hear Giants fans talking about their rings from
unless someone brings up Tom Brady. I'm talking about shit, boy.
That's pain.
Nah, go ahead, though. Go ahead.
But then I got the 2000-2001 Philadelphia 76ers. Cause AI, we not gonna act like AI wasn't that man. You feel me?
He was with no help.
But with no help. But the only thing that hurts though was they lost 4-1. Quick. At the first game, the only game they won, I believe, was the first game.
So,
yeah, he had to have like 50 that game.
But we went through the stats of that team, and AI physically had no help.
No,
exactly.
I would have been more help than anybody on that team.
His points before was probably crazy. Like his usage rating was probably crazy.
It probably was.
It's probably crazy. Then we got the 2011, 2012 OKC, man. Like that shit's just pain just thinking about it. Like low key, you know what it reminds me of though?
What?
Lakers. That Lakers team with D'Lo, Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, all the young.
That's the closest thing that you can think of.
I was gonna say Boston. I was gonna say Boston now.
You think so?
Think about it. They have young talent, but they can't get over the hump.
That's true.
They've been to the playoffs since JT and JB got in the league.
Yeah, facts.
Are they going to keep them together? They going to keep that young nucleus together? Or they going to break their team up?
Yeah, bro, you got two.
Yeah, I would see no reason why they shouldn't break it up. Like they're successful.
You got two guys averaging 20 plus. You got arguably, if not the best defense in the NBA. You brought in a real point guard. Now you get to play small ball. I think there's no reason. Now, if it goes 3 years of them just not winning nothing, yes, it's time to trade somebody.
Yeah,
but Malcolm won Rookie of the Year though, right?
Yeah.
That was a bullshit ass rookie class, bro. We know I don't care. Of course, he gonna win it.
He boomed on Kyrie and Braun and win games.
Oh my god, that wasn't even a boom on, bro. We're not gonna jack that. He did not. He did a reverse. Didn't he do a reverse, my guy?
Braun's in the poster, baby. Braun's in the poster, baby.
I don't know.
It's like how Jason Tatum caught Braun too.
And that was bad.
I'll give that one. Didn't Jalen catch him too? Jalen catch him on over there.
No. Braun punched this shit.
Oof.
Jalen tried him.
Because Jalen don't got bounce, but JT caught Braun.
Jalen has more bounce than Jason. Jason has no bounce, bro. That boy just
has length.
His arms are retardedly long, bro.
Yeah.
Like JB got bounce, but he don't got the long arms.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, it's crazy. If you look at Jason,
their hands look small though. If you look at their hands, their hands look small. If you look at
Jason Tatum's lineup of posters, he has a disgusting amount of bodies on top level players, bro. He got Braun. I
know he banged on Giannis.
He got Giannis. He got Ben Simmons. He got mad people, bro. He got Embiid, I think. It's like his lineup. You don't think he got crazy bounce, bro? But he don't.
But it's not even like he doing some crazy shit like Anthony Edwards type.
No,
it's just regular.
It's different because the thing is people know JT's not athletic, so that's why they jump. Now, when you think of a guy like Ant, Braun, Ja, if you jump, you know the chances of blocking them is very low, and you know you're about to just get put on a poster.
Yeah, facts.
That's why they make those business decisions and move out the way.
Damn,
you got them 2 points.
I ain't coming with that, dude.
It ain't no point.
You're gonna catch me running to the side Coach, you can take me out. You can take me out, Coach.
Not to inbound the ball and
push it disappear, bro.
Real quick.
Coach can take me out. I'm not jumping. You're stupid. Since we're on the topic of highlights, real quick, you know who's one person I actually feel bad for?
Brandon Ingram.
Nah. It's kind of good. Y'all not gonna think about it.
That night.
On what team?
Dude.
Y'all not gonna think of him regardless. But Corey Joseph. Hold on.
Chill.
Corey Joseph.
I know the light skin.
He played in Detroit, right? He played in Detroit.
Yeah, he on Detroit. Yeah, he was on the Pacers.
He's been at one point. I feel bad for him because he's been in Kyrie mixtapes since high school. You've been getting. Who
isn't?
No. I watch Kyrie highlights all the time. He's in Kyrie highlights from high school till today with being in one every year of getting crossed by Kyrie. Do you know how bad I'll feel about myself? I've been getting crossed.
It's Kyrie though. It's Kyrie.
No. It's not about it's Kyrie. I've been getting crossed by the same man since high school, and I've been in his highlights since high school.
Man, you gotta play some better defense. That's what it is.
You gotta know something. Something, bro. Figure something out.
Play something, bro.
He probably feels content because he probably got his little licks back. That's probably what it was.
He ain't never get
from time to time. He probably got
a little. He's trash for NBA standard.
He's a good role player.
See, low-key, y'all might hate me, but that's how I felt about Fred VanVleet, bro.
What?
Yeah,
bro.
Take it. No, hold on. Let me explain myself. Right. Take away the past 2.5, 3 years. I'm talking about before DeMar and them left, when he was on that team, I was not feeling his game at all, bro. But
what made you not feel Fred's game?
He didn't get to blossom yet.
Yeah, but he low-key remind me of Kyle Lowry a little bit, though. But he might be a little bit better shot creator, but That's who his game remind. But you gotta think that's his role. That's whose spot he filled in since he left. So
He a bucket.
nah,
He a bucket.
he might.
Yeah, he a bucket.
He a bucket, bro.
He a bucket.
You know, it's certain games you really just don't feel in the league.
That's
You be
cool.
like,
if y'all play 1-on-1,
tough,
he's leaving
but
at
like-
0.
oh yeah.
Nah, he's not leaving me at 0. I gotta get one jump, at least 2 or 3 jump shots in. I ain't giving no 0.
Fred
Nah,
like
he's not
six-
giving
Fred
me
he like
bro.
6'2", 6'3", right?
Okay, Fred is 6 foot flat, my brother. He's probably 5.
But we're-
5'11". Yeah, he 5'11".
If we go into 7, I gotta at least get one.
I'm
Something.
lying.
Exactly.
Yo, y'all forgot he plays defense?
Yeah, he lock up.
Y'all
But
not
I'm getting that
scoring,
one blow. I know
bro.
he's not that fast.
Y'all not
I'm getting one
scoring.
blow to the rim.
Y'all not scoring unless it's a jump shot, bro.
Bro, I'm throwing up a prayer.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
max.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I hate when regular people think they could play against an NBA player.
Well, one jab and go, Cam. I can't just one jab go.
It'd be that easy, right? So why not just so why
make
aren't
it that easy.
Oh my
You can't be like, oh, it's up. One
But look-
grab, go, hezzy, pull up. Like, something. Give me something.
Cal, you don't
I'm
It
not
only
that.
take one basket to get that confidence up. Let me blow by him.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. I'm not getting dubbed by Fred.
But
You hear
look,
that,
though,
Fred? You're not getting dubbed by you.
I'm making sure Fred VanVleet is leaving all 3 of us at 0, bro. I'm sorry. I
Nah, bro, I'm not
I
saying that.
love your confidence, but he's killing us, bro.
So what you say about the kids that's in the NBA players camp scoring on them, the young
They
bulls?
let him score. It's different.
Nah, some of them be getting cooked low key though.
Yeah, bro. Come on now.
I done seen a couple videos. Somebody recently just got cooked.
Ooh.
Somebody recently just got cooked with a fake. I can't think of who right now, but when I find it, we gonna
bro,
drop it on
I'm
bottom of the net.
All right, if y'all want to take out 1 point, that's
Yeah, I'm taking my
third.
third.
All right, Kyle.
I'm getting like 2 jump shots over his head. Over his head, clean.
Cal, let's get back on track here. Y'all smoking, bro.
We need Fred to pull up for a game of 3 dribbles, bro.
He's
Nah, that's wild. Nah, he definitely smoking with 3 dribbles. 3 dribbles is crazy. That's tough.
What you want to oat with Fred VanVleet, bro?
No,
Nah, I'm
I
not
don't
giving
want
him
to
more.
play him.
Nah, I can give him
I
more.
don't want to play him. I don't want to play him. Yeah, bro. And I'm confident in my
3 points,
basketball
3
skills.
something.
I'm really confident in my
Something, bro.
basketball skills.
Nah, he like that,
Bro, he's killing me,
He
bro.
got that.
He's killing me.
We gotta do a top 5.
Calvin, what you just say?
We gotta. He said what?
Don't mind me, bro. I'm just in my head.
What did you just
Looking at
say?
CK and then my mom.
No. What did you just say?
I'm punching
The
his
word,
shit.
you
I'm not
gonna
straight to say it. I'm gonna try to glass his shit every trip.
He gonna start faking the shit out you, yo. Word.
I'm fouling him, bro. I'm fouling him.
No,
He's
bro.
not. No, bro. I can't lose.
No.
You give me that opportunity to play an NBA player,
All right.
I'm gonna try
So
to
if
ball
you
out.
could take, all right. Let's get back to this. I got a question when we're done with this segment, though. Cal, what's your top 5?
All right, I'm gonna start with my 5. The 2012 Chicago Bulls.
Ooh.
The 2015 LA Clippers. The 2017 Houston Rockets and the 2016 Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna start off with the Bulls first. For the Bulls, they were the number 1 seed. They had the youngest MVP in Derrick Rose. Rose looked good in his first playoff season. Well, first playoff series. Then he got injured with the ACL knee injury. We all know that shit was devastating. I felt like Tom Thibodeau should have never had him in that fourth quarter. They were up 99-87.
That's why Tibbs is following him for the rest of his career.
Yeah, bro. Like you don't do that to a star player. You don't have him in a game where you're blowing out a team. So that was my 5. For my 4, I have the LA Clippers. CP3 gets blamed for this, because this whole series they were up 3-1.
That whole team gets blamed.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
he shot 26. He averaged 26, 4, and 10 on 51% shooting from the field. Blake averaged 27, 12, and 5, which is a good series. But the Clippers supporting cast of JJ
disappeared.
Disappeared. Jamal disappeared. Matt Barnes disappeared. They all shot below 30%. They shot 28 for 100, bro. That's terrible. That 2012 OKC team, they were a great team. Like Kyrie said, great team. They had Prime Durant, Westbrook as your Robin. You had Harden come off the bench. You had Nick Collison, Serge.
That was Prime Durant?
I feel like it was prime Durant. He was averaging 30 almost every season. He had almost 4 scoring titles. That was prime Durant.
I can say that's athletically. That's probably prime Russ.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's prime
there.
Durant. I'm not. I think prime Durant is when he was in Golden State.
Yes,
you think? I feel like
scoring. I'll give you prime scoring. He was different, but like
prime scoring.
Prime KD. All right, I'll give you that. Prime KD's in Golden State.
But Braun was not trying to fucking lose in that series. He was trying to get his first chip.
Not against those young dudes, bro.
It was a way for them to win, and Scott Brooks made it worse because his rotations were bad. He had Perkins playing crucial minutes. Why you have Perkins on the floor, bro? Why? We know Perkins can't do anything.
Like, the guy's there for nothing.
Yeah, bro. He was trash. And then we have the 2017 Houston Rockets team. CP3 and Harden missed a combined 34 games, and they still won 65 games. They had the top offensive rating, which is 114 for that season. Harden won an MVP, and he was bitching about it. You know, Harden be bitching about that MVP. Giannis got it. I think Russ got it before him, and then he got it.
Something like that.
So he was bitching about that. They had the best three-point shooting team in NBA history. They had the lead 3-2 against the Warriors. They lost it. That's when CP3. I mean, I don't blame him because he had.
Right?
Huh?
He wasn't hurt.
Nah, he was hurt. Yeah, that's why Houston lost.
Yeah, he blew his hamstring, so that's what happened. He blew his hamstring.
If Chris Paul was healthy, I'm sorry, Golden State was losing.
No, I'm blaming D'Antoni. I'm blaming D'Antoni because he made them shoot 27 threes and they missed 27 straight.
That was their game, though. They couldn't go to anything else.
But at the same time, if you're gonna do that, right, you live by the 3, die by the 3 type shit. But like, switch it up, bro. Get into pick and roll actions.
You think you could do that against Golden State? You think you could outshoot Golden State though?
But that was a lot of teams' problems in Golden State's prime. They was trying to match the same energy as Golden State, but you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and my number one team was the 2016 Golden State Warriors team. They had a 73-9 record. Like that's
ridiculous, bro.
73-9 speaks for itself. You have Clay, you have Draymond, Curry, who just came off MVP. Like
you feel me? Iggy.
You had a deep bench. You had Iggy,
Sean Livingston,
Sean. You know, you had the key assets to win. But they blew the gas because they put so much into that season that they had nothing left. When Braun was like, fuck it, you think we down 3-1, we're going to come back and we're going to win this shit. Kyrie took big shots. You know, Braun took big shots.
Draymond getting ejected out of those games hurt too, big time.
Yeah, definitely. But that's Draymond's composure. You got to compose yourself. Mm-hmm. You got to compose yourself. Nobody's telling you to act a fool in crucial games, bro.
Nah, I hear you. I ain't mad at that list. My list is definitely completely different from both yours, though. And mine's going to be a little different. So, at 5, it's going to be the late 90s Indiana Pacers.
Okay.
At 4, I'm going to have to do the 06-07 Phoenix Suns. At 3, late 90s Utah Jazz. Oh, my God.
You going late 90s. Oof.
At 2, early 90s Knicks, man. They had it all. And at 1, that 01-02 Sacramento Kings team, bro.
Yeah, that team was nice.
That team was crazy. So with the late 90s Indiana Pacers, yeah, obviously the 90s was a tough time to win anything because of Mike and them. But you had a fully loaded team. Reggie Miller, Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, Rick Smith, all them guys. You had the potential to win, but it's just, you know, Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan. Yeah. Shrug shoulders. Michael Jordan. Like, ain't nothing you can do about that. 06-07 Suns. Come on, man. Yeah, I had probably the best offense in the NBA. Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Boris Diaw, Barbosa.
You know, offense don't win shit in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's cool because you ran into a guy named Kobe Bryant.
And he plays defense.
And he locks up. And he big shots. Yeah. So, but it was hard. Like, you mastered that 7-second offense. You had the pieces. You had the coach. Couldn't get it done. I think that was one of the years where they should have went all the way too. But Kobe had a different plan.
Yeah, did they have a good defender for Kobe? Who was Raja Bell was guarding him?
Sean Marion was a good defender.
Oh, okay. That was a good.
That was alright.
His jump shot, yo.
Yeah.
Sean was alright. Was he overrated as a player? Let me stop.
I think you're good. No, you're good though. I think Sean Marion was properly rated though. No one he played defense. You caught a couple.
3-and-D.
Yeah, you're good.
You remind me of Dorian Finney-Smith, like those type of.
Yeah. Late '90s Jazz. Yeah, bro. Like, come on. Yeah, had one of the best passes of all time, one of the best scorers of all time. You had the defense, you had the offense, and just couldn't beat a ball guy with a hoop earring. So it was tough. Like John Stockton, Karl Malone, it was tough. But like I said, it's just hard in the '90s because like you were facing the best team in the NBA every time. They wasn't missing a beat at all. Like they never missed a beat when they had that team together ever, and you was playing arguably the greatest player of all time too. So it's just tough. It was tough for those teams in the '90s to me. Knicks.
Yeah.
Knicks. Yeah, I had every piece in the world in the '90s. John Stark, Patrick Ewing, you had it all. But again, thanks to a bald man and a guy named Scotty, who gets embarrassed every day now in the media. You just couldn't beat. You couldn't.
I don't know why Scotty was a dog.
He was a dog, but his wife be getting dog too.
Imagine somebody giving you a bucket with his tongue out the whole time. That's some zesty shit.
That's like AO. That's like AO, but
that's super zesty.
Hey, man.
That's super zesty. I ain't even gonna lie. But it's hard, growing up, being from New York. It's hard. The fact that the last ring New York Knicks are ever gonna win or touch is in 1972. It's just '90s, man. Like anybody in the '90s, there's teams that was stacked. Like I could name more teams than this that was stacked, but you just couldn't beat that Bulls team. Like you couldn't do it.
Yeah,
like, they had every piece. They had the coach. They had the bench. They had everything going. And then, like I said, they had the best player of all time on their team, going crazy. And number one, Sacramento Kings. I feel like they deserve this spot. I had every piece in the world. You had all the talent. You had the coaching. You had the defense, but you lost to a guy named Kobe and Shaq. Probably, arguably the best duo in NBA history. You got both of them, what was they, averaging like 30 each or something like that?
Yeah,
it's something like
that. Sounds right.
Like 38-8 or
something ridiculous. But they had a full team. They had Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Peja, Vlade Divac, Bobby Jackson. They had a lot.
On that team?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. But it's just, oh man, it's just tough.
I feel like they didn't have a legitimate superstar to like really lock in and be like, I'm gonna take over this game. That's what they were missing, and Kobe and Shaq were those.
Yeah, they ain't have nobody to close the game out.
Nah.
Yeah, that was a big factor, especially in the early 2000s. Even now, having a guy who would just take the game over and close it out is big. The Lakers had two of those guys. It was tough. The Sacramento Kings definitely had more of a team effort, but in certain situations, you need that guy to close the game. Even last year, you got Curry. Like, Curry closed the game. They played team basketball, but when it came to closing that game, you know where the ball was. So
yeah, mister.
We could go through every finals. There's always a guy who could close the series out. We go to the Bucks and Suns. Giannis and Chris Middleton closed that out. You had LeBron and those guys closed it out. You had Kawhi close it out. It's just you need your go-to guy. So it's
Amen.
Like, you could be a team like you could play team basketball, but if you don't have that guy to close the game, it's gonna be hard for you to get over the hump. So,
and I think that was the issue with Boston. Like nobody, JB was
disappeared.
Yeah,
JB
so it's like
that was where their guys.
Yeah,
Marcus Smart
I
closed out a game.
No, not at all. And Al Horford was too old to close out.
Even though he played the best playoffs in his career this year, but he's not. He can't close out no game.
You think Marcus Smart showing he was a real defensive MVP, defensive player of the year, that way he played Golden State?
No.
You don't think so?
I think
I don't think so either.
If you are the defensive player of the year and your task is Curry, wouldn't it be nice to keep him 20 under?
That's at least one of them.
Not even 20 under. Sorry, Kyrie, go ahead.
They're gonna get 20, bro. But like, you got to keep them 20 under if you're the defensive player of the year.
Not even, bro. At least 23 on bad shooting splits. I give it that. 23 on bad shooting splits, and then once he's out of the equation, the role players can't score. That's affecting the game as a DPOY.
Yeah, but what's crazy is though, the Warriors bench could score though. Like Jordan Poole was coming off the bench.
But no, like Curry if I'm the defensive player of the year and I know Steph Curry's on that court, like Cal said, I'm trying my hardest to make him shoot bad. And I want to keep you at 20 points or less. I don't want you scoring more. Because my team, and this is where I feel like he failed even with coaching, I have the best defensive team in the NBA. It's not just me. Al Horford was one of the least scored on players in the NBA. Jaylen Brown was, and so was Jason Tatum. They have...
Do you think Tatum should have guarded him?
I think Tatum should have went on Clay.
Took that role.
And I think I think Marcus Smart should have stayed on Steph. You're more agile than them two. You're quicker than them two, and you have the energy to do it. You're the defensive player of the year. That is your job. You didn't succeed.
Yeah, I felt like it exposed him a lot.
He did.
Because that first game, Curry had 30?
Yeah, like
30 plus.
If I'm the DPOY, my goal is to keep you 20 under. Best shooter of all time or not, that's my goal. I want to be. I should have seen Patrick Beverley energy from him in that final series. Because I felt like he was. It's weird.
Yeah, I felt like he was like shying away from that a little bit. Like the moment was a little bit too big for him.
But we all.
I get that a lot from them though. But they're young, so it's like it's understandable. Yeah, so it's understandable.
But it's not acceptable if it happens again, though.
I mean, with the team they have, even though Gallinari is not playing, with the team they have, I wouldn't be surprised if they make it back. They are deep.
Mm-hmm.
They are deep. And I don't care. I know you're a big fan of Malcolm Brogdon, Cal, but he was the perfect role for them. He passes. You don't need him to score. And he plays defense. He could score too, though. He scores.
I just don't like his game. His game is so...
He's still
I told you we all got that one player.
Guess what? We still can't guard him.
It's true. I respect that.
No, but like, think about it. Because now you have a better shooter on the floor because Marcus Smart's not the best shooter. Malcolm Brogdon.
You think Brogdon's a better shooter than Marcus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for a fact. I think Marcus shoots him at a high. I think he shoots him at a higher rate than he should. To be honest with you,
like, I think they need to. To me, what Boston just did was what Miami wants to do. They let Marcus Smart finally focus on what he wants to do, which is just defense. That's what Miami wants to do with Jimmy Butler, but they can't make it happen.
No.
I think bringing in Malcolm Brogdon was a huge step forward in their success to going back to the finals and even potentially winning it. Because he, like we said, defender. He could score. He passes the ball. And, he's a hard worker. So let's see how it works out. I think they're going to be running a lot of small ball this year. I think it's going to be Brogdon at the 1, Smart at the 2, JB at the 3, Tatum at the 4, and they're going to play Robert Williams at the 5, and then they're going to have a.
That's pretty big for a lineup, though, if you think about it. Because JT,
it's big.
Yeah, it's a big lineup,
but it's also small depending on a certain team.
I don't know. I got them going back to the WCF, but I feel like the Bucks just that guy.
ECF.
Yeah, ECF. I'm so sorry. That guy Giannis.
Giannis gave him a lot of trouble in the playoffs, and I think if Chris Middleton would have stayed healthy, they would have beat him. It happens every time. It happens every time. I don't think Boston knows how to deal with that dynamic of scoring because it's one guy running into your chest all game, and then you're focused on that, but Chris Middleton scoring from the mid-range out. And then you always get that sneaky 15 to 20 points from Jrue Holiday. They have a weird dynamic to guard because Jrue Holiday scores so quietly.
I don't know if it's a hot take, but you taking Jrue over Marcus?
Yes.
Like all around?
Yes.
Defensive, offensive?
I'm taking Jrue.
Nah.
Because he's a better passer.
Nah, I'm not taking Jrue. I'm taking Marcus.
I'm taking Jrue. And he does more.
Are you saying if they switch roles? If Marcus goes on the Bucks?
No. He's just saying which player would you rather have?
Right. Like which one would you prefer?
I like Marcus's game though. I feel like he's a big. He takes bigger shots sometimes.
It's because
he's
his
not afraid
teammates
to take those big
disappear. That's
shots.
why. They're in different situations. That's a kind of a hard statement. Tatum and Jaylen Brown disappears, but also as Marcus Smart complains a lot of how they don't pass the ball enough, so that's why he shoots those shots. Drew Holiday doesn't have to shoot those shots because Chris Middleton closes the game, and let's be honest, who's really stopping Giannis with a full head of steam?
All right.
So it's kind of the different dynamic. Drew doesn't have to take those shots, but he does. He hit a game winner this year. He will take those shots. He's not afraid of them. You know what I'm saying? He has a deep offensive bag, which people don't talk about.
Yeah,
Drew Holiday, if you ever see this podcast, just know we appreciate you over here. You got one of the deepest bags in the NBA. I'm a huge fan,
I will cook you, Drew. I will cook you.
I think you see, like, if I'm being like, all right, let's be realistic, and this is where I'm gonna have a quick little segment, but really quick. Drew Holiday's leaving you at 0 points. I'm sorry, he's generally leaving you at 0 points.
No. Yeah. I'll say he's one of those players.
My quick little segment for us hoopers out there, and I hope you viewers enjoy this too. But if you had to play one NBA player in the NBA right now, like in the games to 7, life or death, who are you choosing?
That's in the league right now?
In the league right now.
Or all the time. No.
In the league right now. 1-on-1. Game to 7, life or death. Who are you picking?
I'll probably pick the kid Kevin Herdier from the Atlanta.
Kevin Hurt, he's clamping you, bro. Don't do that to yourself.
Killing you, bro.
I don't know about that.
He's killing you.
I don't know about that.
He's killing you, bro.
I seen him get killed by plenty of NFC.
I gotta choose wisely. You gotta choose real wisely. You gotta think about it.
That's the first.
You can't play defense.
Fire off.
I'm not playing Pat Bev. I'm not playing nobody who plays defense. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yo, so hear me out. If I was 6'8", if I was 6'8", I would play Michael Porter Jr. because his defense is fucking horrible. His defense his defense is atrocious, bro. He's atrocious. Damian Lillard is 6 inches shorter than him. He asks for a switch every play in that playoff series. Give me Michael Porter Jr. if I'm 6'8", but I'm not 6'8".
I don't know.
This is a hard one. Yo, I know. Nah, he might beat me up. I was gonna say Udonis Haslem, bro. That nigga old.
Yo, he's giving you all post work, bro. All fundamental post work.
I'll play Frank Jackson.
He's killing you.
He's
killing you, bro. Frank Jackson's tough. He plays in Detroit or New Orleans right now.
Yeah, he plays in Detroit. That's what I'm saying.
He's a Duke kid. He's tough. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm taking my chances with Udonis Haslem.
Really, bro?
Wait. I get ball first. I get ball first.
If you get ball first and you score first, you get the ball every time. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yo, give me Udonis Haslem.
Let me change mine.
But this respect is killing you, bro.
This is one of my favorite players of all time. But I'm thinking the guard in straight defense. Sorry, but Lou Will now.
If you miss that ball,
it's over.
I'm thinking defense, like.
Because I saw him at Rico, he was throwing a fadeaway shot.
But that you mastered a fadeaway as like a 6 foot guard. Like it's really like a moving fadeaway too. It's not just like I'm going backwards. Like I'm moving to the side. But he did that because like you gotta think about it. No 7-footer is about to be capable of blocking that. Like you're fading to the side, like moving. Like you're not fading. You're in a position just going this way. It's so weird.
Gliding in the air, just.
You know who trained him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one-on-one, life or death. I get ball first. The one NBA player I'm picking is Udonis Haslem because he's old.
Not gonna lie, we might have to come back to this segment next episode because I'm gonna find somebody for real.
I gotta find somebody.
All right, we'll make this into a segment. Yo, watch out for the next podcast next week. We're gonna have a segment on that. I feel like that
shit gonna be funny because I'm gonna cook.
We're gonna throw a poll up on Instagram next week too, so you guys can interact with us and see what you guys' answers are.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cal, take us away, man.
The next segment we will be doing is called Change My Mind. This is a new segment. It's very spicy. So the topic we'll be discussing is Allen Iverson the most overrated superstar in NBA history. The source I got this topic from is Basketball Tip Off. His Twitter handle is bball tip off. Go check it out. So first and foremost, let's talk about it. In 2001, Iverson won MVP with the lowest field goal percentage of any player in the past 70 years. He shot an atrocious 40% in the playoffs for his career, which is worse than his career 42% in the regular season. That's by far the lowest of any superstar in history. Even Westbrook shoots better. He couldn't get out the first round despite playing with talented Nuggets team with a loaded roster of J.R. Smith, Chauncey Billups, Kenya Marr, and Carmelo, and also having a great head coach in George Karl. Denver advanced in the WCF as soon as they traded Iverson, and Detroit stopped making the ECF as soon as they acquired Iverson. Iverson has only been past the second round once and missed the playoffs in his prime. He often gets compared to or ranked top 20 to top 30 when he should be 40 to 50, which makes him by far the more overrated than anyone else in the NBA history. So I'm asking you to change my mind on why Allen Iverson should not be an overrated superstar in the NBA.
The most simple answer I could give. That nigga a bucket.
Hey, I'm right behind Kyrie, bro. I'm right behind Kyrie, because guess what? Hear me out. He done averaged 20 for 12 years straight, my boy. From rookie year, so that's 96 all the way to fucking to 2007 of averaging 20
It doesn't scare you. It doesn't scare you that the fact that he hasn't been past the fucking first round.
No, bro.
Look.
In my personal opinion, when we talking superstar, you throw that winning shit out the window. I'm talking about just bucket getters.
How, bro?
Yeah,
we can't do that. Can't do that.
Yo, bro.
So what about Westbrook?
He's a superstar, bro. He's a superstar.
What about Westbrook?
He's a superstar.
Bro, he solidified in the game forever with them triple doubles.
That's a fact.
Left his mark in the
No, think about it.
I can't see past you not going past the second round though for your entire career, and you shooting 40%, bro.
Bro,
that's ridiculous.
What players you know averaging 31 back-to-back years?
But what's his splits though?
I don't care, bro. You put up 31 back-to-back.
Nah, bro, you can't.
Oh my god.
That's the argument though. That's what we're giving him.
Look, bro. It says he's the second youngest player to drop a 50 ball in the league.
Talk to me.
A 50 ball, like, bro, like, you got to be a bucket to drop a 50 ball. Like now, I almost want to find the list of the most notable NBA players who did not score over 40 points or 50 points. That list is probably crazy. It's probably some names on that list you'd be like, damn, he ain't have a 50-point game. Like,
yo, honestly, like my argument generally for him is like, yo, bro, the dude was realistically 6 foot, 6'2", 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
And it's absurd to me that you literally was always the shortest player on the court, and you literally, from when you came into the league until 07, 08, never averaged under 23 points as an undersized guard. Yeah, the shooting splits are not great, but him being in that Philly team, who the hell was his help until Iggy?
Okay.
I get it. Taking a lot of shots, it's not the greatest. He wasn't the best three-point shooter. But Jesus Christ, if you have no help for 5, 6 years, 7 years, what the hell are you supposed to do?
Damn, with that crossover in that mid-range game, he don't need he does not need a three.
The only factor I'm gonna rebuttal on that is his winning. Like, you gotta win for me to be, in that category of players who's done it. He hasn't won anything.
See, but when we talked about this before, like, when you're talking about winning, like, dudes having these type of scoring and stats and winning, they're in a different category to me. If you're just talking superstar, I'm just going off the stats. But you're talking about stats and winning, you're in a different realm. I'm just talking superstar. Like, different realm is like dudes like Kobe, Jordan, Bron.
But we hold him to that category of those players.
I don't.
In a sense.
I don't.
You don't hold AI to the realm of Kobe, Shaq, But a lot of people do.
Yeah, when it comes to scoring, I'm not putting him in the same category as them. They're in a different level. They're putting up the stats and winning. That makes you a different person, like a different player to me. If I'm just talking superstar, I just look at stats.
But also, you got to think about his team that he played with too.
He did have some solid team. He had, like I said, he had the Nuggets team with Chauncey, Kenyon Martin, Chris Anderson, JR.
You can't put all that on AI. You got to put some of that on JR.
Yeah, it's a team game at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yo, I'm gonna be very honest. We also have to remember how tough the Western Conference was when he went to Denver, bro.
True.
That Western Conference was disgusting, bro. The Spurs, the Suns, Kobe and them. Like, that Western Conference was crazy, bro. You gotta admit that one.
Yeah, it was crazy.
For the NBA teams that should have won, did anybody not say that Lakers team with like Steve Nash and them and Dwight?
I didn't have that team. That team was overrated.
It was overrated. Steve Nash was old. Dwight Howard got afraid of Kobe.
Yeah, that team was over fucking rated. I didn't jack that team from the jump.
The Western Conference was tough, bro. It was tough. In 06, that's when Dallas went to the finals.
I just feel like people cut him slack.
I don't cut him slack because I don't consider him to be in that realm.
He was a terrible locker room presence.
You want to know why I think they cut him a little bit of slack, though? You want to know why they cut him a little bit of slack? Because of his influence on the game. That's why they cut him slack.
I respect that.
He's just such a cool nigga. Like, everybody wants to be like
That's also a reason of why a lot of coaches didn't like him, and that's why he was a locker room issue. Because coaches didn't like him because who he was as a person.
That's you can argue that too.
You can argue that.
Coaches didn't like him as a person because he was changing the NBA. He was coming in tattoos, baggy clothes, rapping, braids, all that. No one was doing that before him, bro.
Bro, he got one of the hardest moments in NBA history, bro.
Getting his hair braided on the bench?
Dukes, right? Yeah, his Dukes braiding his hair
on the bench. Like, you really think a coach is going to jack that, bro?
No, not at all.
Exactly. So it's like, I understand the whole locker room issue, but I don't think he ever had issues with teammates. It was just a coach, me and a coach thing.
That's not good, though. You should get along with your coach to win.
But they're blaming me.
No, I'm not blaming him.
No. I'm saying the coaches are mad at me because my personality and me being me, that's not okay as a coach either.
But that's not always true. He missed practices, the famous practice.
Yeah, but you know the reason why he missed the practice, right?
Why?
It's because he just lost his best friend.
Yes.
You're going to practice if your best friend just died?
Practice before that, too. He wouldn't show up to practices. He would come late to games. So it was a lot of situations where he was just fucking around, bro. So I'm not always blaming. I get that situation, but you got to be responsible. You getting paid millions.
I give you that.
That's true.
But
for me, if I had to counter that, Iggy just said that game. Clay has 60 and 3/4. He ain't practiced like the whole couple.
Yeah, they say he ain't go to practice before.
But that's one game. How many times Clay missed in practice? Tell me.
We don't know.
Well, we don't know. They probably find him under the table.
At the end of the day, when it comes to being a superstar, I don't think winning is kind of that important for being a superstar. But now, if you're telling me like to get into that other realm of like, yeah, you're the best player in the damn league, you're the best player in the NBA, you're going to be one of the greats. That's when I implement winning because someone's calling you one of the greats.
So, do you still put him in that top 20 tier of players? Or is he in that top 30, top 40?
Of all time?
Of all time.
He was never top 25 to me, though. Because this is when I start talking about winning.
Okay.
As an individual, then this is why I feel like people confuse, like, superstar. Superstars are just people who's killing in the league. Like, you're going to kill. You're a superstar. That's what you do. But now if you're talking about you're one of the best of all time, that's when I implement winning. He was never top 20 to me. You have no accolades. You only got an MVP.
Okay.
But cool. But when we're talking about you being that guy, yeah, bro. You average 23 plus from 96 to 07, 08. Yeah, you're a superstar, bro. Fucking putting up 33. You put up 33 as an undersized guard for a season?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then you put up 30, 31, another 31. Like, come on, bro. Another 31.
I respect the fact you don't have him in the top 25.
I don't, bro, because like I said, when you're talking about top 25s and top lists, like that means you're all-time great, and that includes winning. But if I'm just saying you're a superstar and you was a star, yeah, I'm gonna call him a star, bro. He was undersized, averaging 30 for a whole season multiple times. Get out of here.
Yes,
your lowest scoring average is 12 points, and that's because it was your second year before you retired. And you averaged more the year you retired. You almost put up 14 a game as an old guy. But like, as a star, like I don't know, maybe that's just me. I feel like people might not agree, but like, if you're a superstar, I don't implement winning that much because people consider LaMelo Ball a superstar already. You know,
that's crazy.
But
I don't consider him.
But
I think they stretch it out.
They do stretch it. I think it's a stretch, but people consider him a superstar. And it's just like
he's a star.
He hasn't done shit.
Hype.
This is what we get mixed up with superstar and star. Like superstar is top tier players who are scoring 24, 25, 26 every single night.
25 plus, you're a superstar.
Yeah, bro. Without drop offs. Like these guys are just coming in games 30, 25, 30.
See, but that's why AI's there. That's why AI's there.
Perfect example too. A current example, Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, superstar.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can stay on the damn floor.
Yeah, that's true.
There we go. Thank you, Cam, for saying that. Love it. I love it.
No, I'm a fan. Bradley Beal healthy is a superstar. He's consistently putting up probably 4, 5, 6 years straight of 20, 23 plus, 24 plus. He's in that realm. But like it's not.
Last 2 years there and then.
But you know what I'm saying? Look, we consider Bradley Beal a superstar. What the hell has he won?
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
But that's my point.
With $200 million in the bank.
Don't even talk about it. Don't even talk about it. Well, get your bag, bro. Get your bag.
Facts. Run it up.
Yeah, run it up.
But yeah, to say like, I feel like to piggyback off of what Kyrie said earlier, like we idolize him and give him like that room to breathe because of what he did for the game of basketball.
Right.
And he like again, he's an undersized guard who had a stupid bag, but we idolize him. People idolize him. So it's I see where people put him in that combos, but you're not a top 20 player of all time.
Yeah.
You're not. When we're talking about of all time, that's when I start talking accolades. That's when I start talking about winning because winning becomes important there. But as a superstar, yeah, you're a superstar, bro.
All right.
It's just people. I feel like people mix up, like yeah, you're a superstar, but people idolize him also because he was one of a kind, and he was the first of his kind.
Yeah, very unique.
Little white boys in Philly copying you from the whole fit. You know what I'm saying? Like
the
fake tats,
all that,
from the tats up,
all that. So it's just like he's a superstar. But now if you're talking about all time great, he's not top 25.
All right. I respect it.
Did we change it?
Y'all changed my mind a little. Y'all changed my mind. Yeah, y'all changed my mind.
Nah, it's just I
like the fact that you said he's a superstar, but he's not in that top tier category of players who've won accolades, won chips.
If we're talking pure scoring, hell yeah, he's in that combo. But
yeah,
he's not a top tier player. But like I said, for scoring, yeah, it's crazy what he did, bro. He averaged 35 times in your career.
Facts. Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. So that was a good segment. Let's touch on that Don trade, man. Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm gonna call it now. It's a win-win both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Utah is stacked. Even though they're going into a rebuild, they can make shit happen.
Mm.
But the picks, they better make shit happen.
Think about their current team. Health.
They're gonna trade Jordan. They're gonna trade Boyan.
Supposedly the people they're still willing to trade to Jordan Clarkson and Mike Conley.
Yeah.
But if they keep them, I'm not gonna lie, they could make some noise in the West as a lower.
Honestly, if they keep him, it would be useless because it's like wasting his career. Because they might not even be
I think they could be a playoff
Play-in
team. Just lower.
team.
I think they could be lower seed playoffs.
Really in the West, bro?
Bro, Mike Conley, Colin Sexton. I'm not the biggest fan, but he scores. He scores. He brought in THT.
In that West, bro.
I think they could make something happen, but they are. At the end of the day, I think it's a win-win. Utah got hella draft picks. They got a bunch of young players now. They get rid of Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson to bring in more stuff for draft probably, or just younger dudes. They still win. And then Cleveland. Shocking. Very shocking, but Cleveland just got the...
You thought he was going to go to the Knicks?
Yeah, let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Cleveland just got the missing piece to their puzzle. Donovan Mitchell could score the ball at will, let's be honest.
He got a decent bag with him.
Got a decent bag. He's bouncy. He fits that run and gun offense.
He's like an amped up Colin Sexton, if you want to be honest.
Good comparison.
Except
this is a decent comparison. No, don't make that.
You think Colin's in the same realm as him?
No. He's saying he's a top. He's like a top level Colin Sexton.
That's Colin Sexton's ceiling.
Maybe
that's Colin Sexton
without the playmaking. Without the playmaking, because Donovan's a little twitchier. You know, he's way twitchier than Colin.
But I think this was a huge win for Cleveland. Cleveland has an amazing bench and they have an amazing starting five. They just got their closer for games. They just got something to open up. They got something to open up the floor more, and I think it was a great person to pair up with Darius Garland, because Donovan Mitchell's not ball dominant. He's really not. He lacks the ball for here and there, but pairing him with a guy like Garland, who's a great playmaker, was the smartest thing Cleveland ever did.
Crazy. Right. It might make Garland's. It might open a little bit more room for him to score if you think about all that concentration that's going to be on Donovan.
He doesn't need to score as much anymore.
No,
I just don't.
I think Darius Garland stays in that same realm of just averaging 21. I think he stays there perfectly.
Realistically, I look at him like he's a Steve Nash. If he could master his pick and roll with Jarrett,
that's master. They literally have beautiful plays for that pick and roll.
I think Bro could average 22 and 11.
This season coming up, I think he could do it this season coming up. He already averaging 21 and 8. You're telling me Donovan Mitchell on my side?
Yeah.
I think we're potentially. I think we're potentially seeing. I think he's going to drop in points. I think he's going to go 18 and 10. Because
that's not bad.
No, it's not. You put it up 18 and 10.
And like 6.
You think he'll sacrifice that much so young?
Pardon me?
You think he'll sacrifice his scoring right now at his age?
Think about it. When Cleveland, bro, if you guys don't, I think he's going to sacrifice those 3 points because it's going to implement to winning. Y'all made a play-in game. It was tough because y'all ran into Brooklyn. I think if you didn't run into Brooklyn, y'all would have made the playoffs for real.
Right.
But,
you're saying they're not even going to need a play-in game. They're going to be.
I think they're going to be if they mesh, if that Don meshes, which I think it will, I think they're a top 16.
That's a good.
They have the bench. People are sleeping on their bench already because you got Rubio coming off the bench. They kept K Love. They got Chetty Osman. They got Karis LeVert. And you know what I'm saying? They're good. They're good off the bench.
Damn, I forgot Karis LeVert was on that team. Did they still have that Okoro?
Isaiah Okoro, he starts. But you got to think about it. Their bench is deep. I know the defense is a little shaky in the backcourt, but obviously it makes up for it when I got the Twin Towers.
7-footers.
All they got to do
is perimeter play.
Just run him.
Isaac could.
He's a good defender.
Help them out a lot.
Yeah.
He likes playing defense.
Run him off the 3-point line. That's all you got to do. Run him into the paint. Run him into the paint.
It sounds good.
No, it's hard as hell, bro, with the way people score in the NBA nowadays. But I think they could be a top 6 team in the Eastern Conference. The only thing they're missing is a spot up 3-point shooter at the 3. But
like a wing, like a Torian Prince type.
Yeah. But Darius Garland shoots well from the 3, and so does Don, so it kind of makes up for it. Yeah,
that's gonna be a nice scoring outlet for Darius, just to go to somebody who's like, I'm gonna take over right now. You could just chill.
It's just like we talked about earlier. You gotta have that guy to close the games. Don't get me
Amen.
wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. Darius Garland has the bag, but he's not in that mindset to do that because he's really he's a true point guard.
Yeah, he's a pass
He's
first.
a true point guard that knows how to score.
Don's gonna help him with that. Watch.
Yeah, that backcourt's
You think he'll open up his bag a little bit more? I mean, he already has a bag.
Nah, Darius.
He already has a bag. So.
But the thing with DG is like we said, he's a true point guard. He's a true point guard who knows how to score. So I think Cleveland's gonna be a top 6 team in the East.
You think how far do they go in the playoffs? Are they first round exit?
Second round.
Second round exit.
Yeah. Second round. They don't have the experience to go far.
I say it depends on who they play, though. Truthfully, too, though.
Yeah, any team in the East is tough, bro. Especially because you're coming in as a lower seed.
That's what I'm saying.
That means you're running into Milwaukee.
If they end up playing that 1, 2, or 3, like.
I think.
And don't get me wrong. If they beat them that first round, they definitely. I give them the finals then, conference finals.
If they beat a team like a top 3 team, like a Boston,
if they get like Boston or even if the Sixers is like a 1-2 seed and they end up
playing them,
like that confidence boost.
That's a bold statement.
That's a confidence. He is right though. That's a confidence booster.
Yeah, because you just beat a top ranked team.
Toronto stole a game. They had hella confidence against Philly.
True. I forgot Rondo went to the playoffs. That's crazy.
Toronto went to the playoffs against Philly and gave him trouble for 2 games.
Yeah, that was it. But how do you feel about your Knicks not getting your guy?
Yeah, first of all, it's not my team, but I'm from New York, so I always support them. And I think that trade didn't go through because Utah's bum ass GM.
He's
a Boston for lifer. You think he's about to trade in New York? Stop it. Mind you,
I mean they had
New York gave up the house.
Had RJ on
New
the
York
trade
was
block.
giving up the house for Donovan Mitchell. Danny Ainge was like, New York, no, bum ass Boston dude, man.
I respect it though.
Nah,
can't trade to your rivals.
Nah, that's OD, bro. That's OD.
He got the blood in him.
He got that Boston blood.
Yeah, he got that Boston blood.
I swear to God, that's the only reason that trade didn't go through. The Knicks offered,
but the NBA is getting interesting. We've seen a lot of acquisitions. We're seeing a lot of movement. I feel like in a couple years, there's going to be a lot of headlines. Like KD might leave, Kyrie might leave the Nets.
Oh no, that's coming.
You don't even know.
That's coming soon.
Like you don't know what's going on.
I just hope Brooklyn stays healthy. I hope Steve Nash finally implements a real offense. And yeah, like that's all they need, bro. That's all.
Yeah, facts.
That's all they need. They have the pieces. They have the players. That's that.
All right. That's solid.
That's solid. Thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 5. Hope y'all enjoyed. Stay tuned for some polls coming out this week, and check out for our reels on Instagram. We'll be back with another episode next Sunday. Peace.
Tap in.